Good morning, Alvern. It's with sadness that I come before you today to lead our morning announcements. Today, as we do the Pledge of Allegiance, I'd like to do that in memory of Matt Crossan, in appreciation of his service in the United States Air Force. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Additionally, I'd ask that we all take a moment of silence today to remember Matt Crossan, our colleague, our teacher, and certainly our friend. Thank you again for joining me in this tribute to Matt Crossan. Obviously, students, staff members have heard news yesterday of the untimely passing of Matt Crossan. The information that I have shared with staff members, and I want it to be the same for students. Mr. Crossan did not show up for work yesterday. We did not have a call from him or an email, which is very uncommon. We conducted a wellness check in his home community of Manchester, New Hampshire, and sadly, as the Manchester Police Department entered into his apartment, they found him deceased on the floor. The sadness of that and the shock has traveled through Alvern High School, through our greater school community, and I ask everyone to keep the memory of Matt Crossan and all the good work that he did with students and as a colleague in their hearts and in their minds. While today we live in a day and age where everybody needs to have more information and social media isn't always our friend, we always want to understand why. We want to understand the circumstances of an individual's death, and truly no one in this building, myself included, have any understanding of those circumstances. That is all private information for Matt's family to process appropriately. What I ask of all of us is that we take minutes to reflect on what Matt Crossan's contributions at Alvern High School were. In my 6 years as principal here, I can tell you universally, Mr. Crossan never called me by my first name. Every time I saw him, he would extend his right hand and shake my hand with a greeting that said, "Good morning, Mr. Beals. Hello, Mr. Beals." The difference that he made with kids is very realistic. I have been reached by countless former students, current students, parents, saying Matt Crossan was my kid's favorite teacher. He had a unique ability to connect with kids on movies, on music, and I believe that will be his legacy here. Part of that legacy is our buildings in sadness today. That sadness is going to permeate through our faculty. Our faculty members need to reflect on and understand the grieving process for themselves. At the same time, students are going to grieve the process as they do. Students need adults to look out for them. We'll have counselors available, and we encourage student reflection and conversations about what Matt Crossan brought to Alvern High School. Part of what he brought to us was that passion, again, for movies and for film. The Alvey Awards was a tribute to Matt Crossan, and I look forward to a springtime celebration of the Alveys in memory of Matt Crossan, because that's what he would like to do. I understand some students put flowers near his classroom door today, and I'm positive Matt would enjoy understanding that his work here meant that much for someone to take the moment to offer that extension of kindness. That is really what I want to remember Matt Crossan by. Matt Crossan connected with students who oftentimes didn't believe in themselves, struggled with different concepts, and he brought more and more out of people in a positive way. His service in the Air Force is real. Our ROTC students, under the leadership of Chris Cheatham, will honor his memory as being asked upon, as Air Force cadets would. Today, they're all in uniform today, and I ask them all to spend some time today saluting the memory of Matt Crossan. As our building is struggling, I ask students to be patient, checking in. It's not just that adults should be checking in with kids. I ask kids to check in with adults. I welcome the kid who says to me in the hallway today, "Mr. Beals, I'm sorry for the loss of Mr. Crossan to the school." I had countless parents as they drove into school this morning say the same thing. They brought their windows down and they took the kind gesture to say, "Sorry for your loss for the school." So today my heart's heavy. I look out for our students. I look out for our staff members. Please help look out for one another. I hope the week progresses in a positive way, looking back on the memory and the legacy of what Matt Crossan meant to our school, not on circumstances of an untimely death. Maybe that information will come to us later, but please do not associate rumors of what you hear about drug overdoses or other things into the connections of truth. The truth is Matt Crossan was a difference maker at Alvirne High School. Peace and good morning, Alvirne.